Sir Keir Starmer is in hot water yet again, this time accused of fudging the facts about his school days. Did he really attend a state school, or is he bending the truth? Let's break it down. Peter Lampl, a former Blair advisor and the founder of the Sutton Trust, has called out the Prime Minister for misrepresenting his educational background. Lampl says Starmer is pretending he attended a state school when, in reality, he benefited from private education. But is this a case of political spin, or something more serious? Reigate Grammar, where Starmer studied, was initially a state-funded school. But in 1976, just 2 years after he joined, it transitioned to a fee-paying independent school. Starmer remained there, with the local authority covering fees for pre-transition students and later receiving a bursary for sixth form. Lampl, who also attended Reigate Grammar, isn't buying Starmer's claim. He says, "I don't pretend the school we went to was a state school. Starmer does." Labour's VAT tax policy on private schools aims to raise £1.8 billion annually by 2030. But critics argue this will push students out of independent schools, leaving state schools overwhelmed. Lampl calls it regressive and damaging. Lampl points out that Reigate Grammar offered students a world of opportunities: music, drama, art, public speaking, Duke of Edinburgh, and more. He argues that Starmer himself benefited from these, yet his policies will make such advantages harder to access for others. When questioned about his schooling, Starmer defended himself, saying, "As far as I was concerned, I started school as a state boy, and I finished as one too." But does that tell the whole story? Private schools across the UK are reporting a very noticeable drop in enrollments. Edinburgh's largest private school, ESMS, is already struggling. Head teacher Anthony Simpson warns that bursaries, just like the one Starmer received, could be axed next. The Tories have blasted Labour's plan, calling it a vindictive policy that will ultimately worsen education for every single child, regardless of where they study. The big question is, will Starmer's government listen? If Labour pushes ahead with this tax, middle-class families might struggle to afford private education, while bursary programs could shrink, closing doors for less privileged students. Some argue that taxing private schools makes education fairer, while others believe it will force more students into already overstretched state schools. What do you think? As backlash grows, Labour faces a tough choice: stick to the policy or make adjustments. Will Starmer reconsider his stance or double down? Some critics argue this isn't the first time Starmer has been accused of bending the truth. From Brexit to tax policies, is there a pattern of fudging the facts? At the end of the day, the real question is, does it matter if Starmer misrepresents his school background? Or is this just political point scoring? Do you think Keir Starmer is being dishonest about his school days? Or is this just an overblown controversy? Let us know in the comments. If you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update.